if you're coming from a space or a mental or like a energetic space of like, I don't have this, I don't have that, just a feeling of lack, then you're working out of that space. So you're gonna attract the same thing. Whereas if you come from a space of, you know what, I'll handle it. Whatever it is, I'll take care of it. And let me be good in my own and be in a good energetic space. If you start the day good, automatically your day goes well, right? That's the same thing. So you come from that space.
You come from a space of completeness.
Completeness.
Abundance.
Yes.
And I am taken care of. Yes. I am abundant.
Yeah.
I am infinite.
Yes.
And everything that's my avatar needs,
correct,
is already taken care of.
Taken care of. So, Mr. Sunil Kaura, welcome back.
Namaskar and namaskar.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Wonderful. We have another very interesting question here. Something that I've been asked several times. Yes. And the question is, this is how it goes. This is what I wrote. There are more pressing matters at hand, right? Like survival, like putting food on the table and stuff like that, that people have to focus on.
Right.
Instead of thinking about spirituality, which, like you said, is generally put in the back burner for, especially for our grandparents' generation, your parents' generation.
Right.
Right? There are still people like that living in today's world.
Totally.
What would you tell them?
Still
They are.
99.99999999999999% of people are still in that space.
Correct. What would you say to the 99.9 or so people who think like this when they don't realize the depth and meaning and value in the subject?
I think the fundamental question all of us as a person need to ask our own self individually is that what is the purpose of this life? Why am I here? Right? Am I here only to earn money for my family and put the bread on the table? Am I here to earn a certain X amount of money? Am I here to take care of my own self and my family? And that's about it. Am I here to own a house? Am I here to own a big car or a small car or whatever? Am I here to educate my children?
Yeah.
But these are the things which take top priority in a person's life most.
By am I here, we're saying, is that why you're born? Like
yeah.
The reason for your birth.
Exactly. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for...
Yeah. Yeah, for context. But still, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Right?
We have to ask these questions.
We have to ask it. And why do we need to ask this question? Because like this, life flies by. Yeah. Before you even realize, it's gone.
Correct.
And when it's gone, and we are lying on the deathbed, you know what Steve Jobs said, right?
What did he say?
That I was running behind all these parameters of success or worldly parameters of success,
material
of money,
success,
money or fame or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I forgot to spend time or invest into relationships. Do things what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
So this is what my memory serves of that interview. But you can go and watch Steve Jobs' last interview or when he was going through cancer and all of that. And he has shared, and there are articles on that. But essentially the theme is that life is to be lived now in this moment. Now I'll share something very interesting. People who focus on this, right, on the outer and keep doing the same thing at it, struggling to get their basics in place, actually are the very people who need this, who need to ask this question and go within.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
There's a very simple logic to it, but it is not commonly known. And that is our outer reality, my outer reality, your outer reality, whatever I'm experiencing in my life situation is a mere reflection of my inner state.
Wonderfully said.
So if I want to change my outer reality in any which way, for example, whatever people you just mentioned, right, or whatever the space most people are in today, their space is to be financially secure,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Their space is to be settled financially.
Correct.
Their space is to enjoy the goodness of life.
Correct.
Now, if that is the case, and they are not experiencing that space now, if they have this awareness and wisdom, if they have this awareness and knowledge that they're experiencing this space because there is something within them in their own inner space, which is creating this outer reality for them.
Yeah.
When that knowledge is there, when that understanding is there, the person will then automatically, any logical person would automatically stop focusing on the situation, struggling in the situation, trying to correct the situation.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if the person is not making enough money to make both ends meet, that person will then stop struggling to make both ends meet, stop trying different jobs and all of that, sit back.
Yeah.
While he is doing whatever he is doing, job, focus in the inner space.
Correct.
And clear the non-contributive energies, which essentially are thoughts, emotions, energies. I wouldn't say memories, because when the emotion is released from the memory, it is no more not contributive. It is just neutral.
Yeah.
Right? So then they focus on releasing this aspect from themselves, and that automatically helps them create a new reality, which is being financially settled.
Correct.
Now, if you look at your own life, you will find areas of your life wherein you're continuously struggling, have been struggling since years to make a change, but haven't been able to do it. And this is the story of each and every person you meet. And I can tell you with 100% finality, unless that person is aware of how the reality is created and the person goes within and changes the inner space, his or her outer reality never changes. It only changes forms.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you will find themes in your life. For example, there's a theme in somebody's life playing out that despite giving it his or her 100%,
Yeah.
he or she never achieves success. Something or the other happens and he or she fails in that initiative.
Correct.
There are people who experience this theme regularly.
Over and over again.
Over and over and again. The situation keeps changing. It's a slight variant of the same theme. There are some people who keep on struggling hard, and never achieve the financial stability.
Correct.
They do not have enough earnings. There are one kind of people like that. There are another kind of people who have very high level of earning, and despite earning whatever they are earning in terms of millions of dollars, there are no savings.
Yeah.
And you'll see a lot of celebrities in this space.
Correct.
And that's the same thing they'll keep experiencing. You'll find people who have continuously health problems, one thing or the other.
Yeah.
So do you see, these are all major, and you'll have people who'll have continuous relationship issues.
Yeah.
They'll keep moving from one relationship to another, and the end result is same, that it didn't match up. There was no alignment and whatever. They'll keep moving till eternity, and they'll keep experiencing the same situation until even when they are 70 years old or 100 years old.
Correct. And if possible, in the next life also.
Next life also, if they don't resolve it.
Correct.
So when a person becomes aware of this, he or she sits back. A person who really wants to change, bring a change in his or her life, sits back and looks at it. What is it? Why is it that this is happening? And when they get this information and knowledge and start working on their inner space, and their inner space starts getting clearer, then their outer reality starts changing.
Correct.
Initially, when a person starts working on the inner space, the inner space is not so sensitive.
Yeah.
The person's intuition is not so sensitive because of the dust particles on it, or because of the non-contributive energies inside of that. So the person is not able to perceive the changes that are happening within himself or herself.
Correct.
First. And then, despite the changes happening when the person is meditating, especially when people are using alpha healing meditation tools, changes keep happening, but the person is not able to perceive it. So he's not able to see that the changes are happening, or she's not able to see that the inner space is changing.
Yeah.
Second, they are able to experience changes in their outer world thereafter. When working with the tools for 3 months to 6 months consistently, they start seeing shifts in their outer reality.
Yeah.
Their situations start changing. However, it doesn't stop there. Because even then, their logical mind is not convinced or not able to correlate that this life situation has, or the situation in the life has changed because of a change in the inner self. So that correlation is still not clear. Even though they have been working with it for a lot of time, for several days. Now, after a lot of time, then they finally are able to see, at least this is what happened with me. And I see this happening with a lot of people. They're finally able to see the correlation between the change in life situation and the change in inner space.
Correct.
Which is when they are able to see it with their own inner eyes, their conviction level goes up drastically, and then they start working they start focusing very seriously on their inner work, and then start shifting their outer life.
Yeah.
So anybody and everybody who wants to have a very financially well-off, secure life, abundant, who wants to live in abundance, who wants to have a healthy life, who wants to have great relationships.
Yeah. A well-being in all aspects of life, in totality.
And for different people, it's different themes. So if you want to move out of the theme and have a holistic, abundant life, the way for that external situation to be created, the way for that life situation to manifest in your life is through your inner self.
It's great.
So
just to put it in like a nutshell, what you just said, can you crunch it into like a couple of catchy sentences? Yeah.
Hashtag.
Yeah, pretty much.
Change your reality by changing your inner self.
Sure. There you go. You shot straight through. That's great.
Hashtag. Another one. Huh?
Yeah, one more. Go for it.
Create a life of your choice by working on your inner space.
Pew pew. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, unless if you're coming from a space or a mental or like a energetic space of like, I don't have this, I don't have that, just a feeling of lack, then you're working out of that space. So you're going to attract the same thing. Whereas if you come from a space of like, you know what, I'll handle it. Whatever it is, I'll take care of it. And let me be good in my own and be in a good energetic space. If you start the day good, automatically your day goes well, right? That's the same thing. So you come from that space. Yeah.
You come from a space of completeness. Abundance.
Yes.
That I am taken care of. Yes. I am abundant.
Yeah.
I am infinite.
Yes.
And everything that's my avatar needs.
Correct.
Is already taken care of.
Yeah. You come from that space. And there's two ways to approach this. There's two ways to approach it. One is you fake it till you make it. Or you work on it directly, clear it off, clear the inner space, and then you'll get there anyway. So, yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was saying.
Great. Yeah.
But,
yeah, that's the beauty of it.
So it took me I've been on this path in this lifetime, at least since about previous lifetimes. I've had several, so I've been on that journey. But it took me solid 24 years to clear this. And right now I feel I'm in that space, which is why even this is being channeled or the podcast is coming out. So,
wow.
So it took me a lot of time.
Wow.
It was a very...
But you were aware you were on the journey throughout? Well, that's crazy. Wow.
And I had shifts in my journey as well. So I've been in abundance. I'm in a very different space right now. But I moved into abundance space about 7-8 years back.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And from a lack to abundance.
Yeah.
And this is a very different space of what I just shared, right? Wherein I genuinely feel that all my needs are taken care of,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
I just made that shift just recently, about 2-3 months back
yeah,
is when I made that shift, and I've been feeling,
yeah.
and slowly things are coming towards
Right.
me,
Right.
and they're in their own way, in their
Right.
own space.
Right.
Yeah, each day is a little more fulfilling, a little more. It's still challenging to just live through and figure out what I can do to, make this better, and still doing the practices, but.
Right.
As I keep going forward, it's just getting better and better.
Right.
Yeah.
So even I had this shift in me recently, last 2 months. This shift,
Okay.
the last shift, right? What I just said.
Okay.
And this shift has been amazing. Like it's a very different space and a very different feeling. So it's been amazing, and I'm feeling like it feels very great, and I'm feeling very great about it. One more important thing in this journey is to be patient, is to have that patience.
We'll get there. We'll get that. There's a question. So with that, let's cut and okay. Which is, what is the quickest method to clearing your inner space?
I've been for a large part of my life very impatient. I wanted results like this, which is also a reason why I in the first place channeled alpha healing meditation, because I wanted something which works like this. Most people today, right, they don't have time to create a separate space for meditation.
Correct. Yeah.
But that stops them, right? I was in that space for so many years, right? You can do alpha healing meditation at any point of time in the day.
Yeah.
And if you are going through days wherein you don't have time at all, just while you're going to sleep at night or taking an afternoon nap, switch it on, and that's it. That's the precise reason for which alpha healing meditations have been channeled. Most meditations I know of are like in a sitting posture, whereas alpha healing meditation is designed to be done while you're lying down on your back.
Oh my god, whoa, what is that? Oh my god, I just stumbled upon gold mine.